Hello, my Tahoe Lake Cubs. It's Mrs. Foucek with this week's Read Aloud, and our book this week is called The Forever Garden, and it is by Laurel Snyder and Samantha Cotterill. And I picked this book because even though it's snowing a little bit today, springtime is around the corner, and soon we can start planting things in our greenhouse, and you can plant things at school. So let's read about the Forever Garden. In sunshine and shower, in darkness and wind, Honey tends her garden. Honey's knees are always muddy. So this must be Honey here, tending her garden, and she has a chicken and a cat. Sometimes when it's cold outside, she tucks her garden in. Shh. And when the lettuces are small and new, Honey thins them. Her scissors say, snick. And the peas climb up. Honey pulls her beets from the ground with a shout that scares the chickens. Ha! Honey sings to the kale. She says it sings back, but I can't hear it. Not even when I listen close. So this must be the narrator of our book, this girl here. So when the story says I, it's her who's speaking. I hang on the fence in the mornings. Honey feeds me tiny carrots washed under the pump. Yellow tomatoes the size of marbles. They taste like sunshine. Have you ever tasted a tomato that tastes like sunshine? When it rains, I watch from the window. Sometimes Mom sends me to Honey for an egg to bake with. Honey's eggs are pink and green, smooth and speckled. The chickens get mad. They scatter. Cluck! Presto, says Honey as she slips an egg into my hand. The egg is warm. Each Friday night, I ask Honey to dinner. She brings bouquets of funny things. Squash blossoms, rosemary, raspberries on a prickle branch. So we often think of bouquets as being just flowers, but Honey brings all sorts of bouquets from her garden. Nothing matches, but everything fits, and the table smells like a meadow. On nice nights, Honey eats in her garden. Beans and salad, a jug of water from the pump tinkling cold. When the fireflies come out, I go over for dessert. Honey always has a cookie. Do you see the fireflies? We don't have fireflies in Tahoe, but in the Midwest and the East Coast they do. I have 2 or 3. She has 2 or 3 cookies. But one day there's a sign in Honey's yard. Angry letters shout for sale. Oh no, how do you think that makes her feel? What's up, I ask. Honey peers at the sky. Rain, maybe. No, I mean, are you moving? Honey stares at the garden. Yes, she says, my mother is sick and she needs me. Oh, I say, I'm sorry. Me too. I kneel down. My knees get muddy, just like Honey's. The next day, I lie under the sunflowers and watch Honey plant strawberries. Chickens doze, a bee buzzes. You know, there might be wasps where you're moving to, I warn her, or tornadoes. Honey turns to me and smiles. I'll miss you too, she says. I touch a strawberry leaf, dark and glossy, and it trembles. To tremble means to shake. We walk to the porch for a cool glass of water. When will the berries be ready, I say. Next summer, says Honey. But then you won't be here to eat them. Honey takes off her gloves. No, she says, but someone will. That's not fair, I say. It's your garden. This garden isn't really mine, says Honey. It belongs to everyone. But you did all the work, I say. And Honey shakes her head. I didn't plant the grapes, I only ate them. Then who did? Honey shrugs. No way to know, but that's just fine. The new folks will enjoy these strawberries the way I enjoyed the grapes. And if they add something, the garden will keep growing, maybe forever. The next day, I asked to plant a tree. Apples are my favorite. We dig and I get blisters. But when we're finished, Honey says the tree will last a long, long time. Like a person, she says, but with flowers. I make a sign so people will know. And here's her sign, and it says Honey and Laurel's Tree. And then, oh, what's happening? So here she is waving goodbye to Honey, driving away. She has her chickens. She has her truck all loaded up. After that, Mom has to remember to buy eggs at the store, and they aren't speckled at all. And nobody eats in the garden. How do you think she's feeling? I think she's feeling a little sad. But one day there are new people at Honey's. Lots of people, little people. So a family moved in with kids. They don't seem to know anything about gardens, so I help. Each day I slip over the fence to check on things. I weed the rows. I say hi to my tree. And sometimes I sing to the kale. And you know what? When the world is very quiet, if I close my eyes, I can almost hear it singing back. The end. So I'm excited for springtime and for us to grow some vegetables and plants in our greenhouse. And I hope you have a wonderful day, Cubs. Thanks for reading with me.